Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West, here in my red shirt, red headphones. That can only mean one thing. I have three shirts that I wear that are button-up shirts, and I decided to wear one today. And it just so happens that they all match. No, I'm not that guy who matches everything. I just have style by accident. But because the banner that I completely missed right there is red, and up in the corner it says TMG Singles, it's time for TMG Singles! We are on our way to the fabulous wheel spin to create a tournament to see people duke it out so someone can take on Ryan, the caramel mountain pain in my ass. Ryan, I hate you so much. You know I love you, but depends on the day. Because I'm finally deciding, hey, you need someone to beat you and take that belt. And then if you want to try to go for it again, we'll see. So before we can spin that wheel, we have to get people qualified for this wheel. So I have some more people who have never competed before going in, trying to get their first win so they can qualify for the wheel and not have to just hope that they can be one of the last people who will be spun on the wheel of losers. So I will go ahead and bring in the first person who came in today, Luis Bus. Luis, Luis, very weird way of spelling your name, but that is German, I believe, which has weird letters.
It's Spanish, actually. Oh, you mean the last name? Yeah, that's German. That's German bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I just wanted to say, you want to let me talk here? I'm doing fine, you know. I just finished listening to my pre-match playlist, so to speak, and I listened to Enter Shikari's Sorry You're Not a Winner. And I was like, man, I really hope that I am a winner today, because I'm kind of tired of losing. I do believe I actually lost to James once in a classic, which kind of stinks, you know, losing's not fun. So I got my winning juice, and I hope I'm on my winning tracks here.
All right. Well, might I suggest on my personal pre-match playlist, the very first song, it's not You're Not a Winner, it's Look at Me, I'm a Winner by the Aquabats. You might want to get that on your playlist because that puts me in a good mood.
Yeah, maybe.
And makes me feel like a winner.
It's very different music, but yeah.
All right. Well, with that, Luis, I'm going to go ahead and kick you out. As I get in, your competitor, he already spoiled the first name, but it is James. James, how is it going today?
It's going pretty well, man. How are you doing, Papa West?
I'm here, so that means something.
And dressed very well.
Thank you. And I have pants on, too. So you
Nice.
can't be like, he just has a nice shirt on, but no pants. No, I actually have pants on. I don't have shoes or socks because I do have to keep somewhat comfortable, but...
You don't need those. They're not on camera.
No. I don't. I'm not afraid of walking around my house barefoot. I've stepped on worse before than whatever is on the floor. But any words of encouragement that you want to tell yourself or to Luis before we get started?
No, I'm just excited to play. I don't have the happy juice that Luis does. This is just water, but hopefully this will hydrate me to a win.
Hey, some people drink water, some people drink alcohol. Me, I drink Dr. Pepper from Subway. False. Today is the first time I've had Subway in a while because they haven't sponsored us yet. Subway, sponsor us. I'll eat there more often.
Get on it.
But with that, I will go ahead and get Luis back in here. I will maneuver us so it looks semi-professional because we try to be somewhat professional. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it because both of y'all are ready. The way TMG singles works, every match is 3 rounds to a finish, unless we go into sudden death overtime, which hopefully we don't, because I don't want to do that. But we'll see. But anyways, I will only explain the first round because that is the round we are currently in. Round number 1, I will ask both of y'all 10 questions You will all get the same question, so please think of an answer. Think of whether it's right, whether it's funny, whether it's a picture, just whatever you want it to be. Write it down on a whiteboard, piece of paper, etch a sketch, carve it into your arm. I do not care, just as long as it is legible. Because after about 15, 20 seconds, however much time I feel like giving you, I will call on your name and you will show me your answer. If it is correct, you get 1 point. If it is incorrect, you get nothing. Because that's the way the world works. Hate to break your dreams, but it happens. If by chance you get all 10 questions correct, you will get a bonus question asked only to you if you manage to do it. And then throughout the match, you do have 3 repeats and a challenge to use whenever, however you want. So with that, Luis, James, are both of y'all ready?
Ready.
All right, I got a nod, thumbs up, and someone said ready. Let's get into it. Starting off with question number 1, which comes in the category of Quentin Tarantino. Why is Butch on the run from Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction? This is also a good time to let everyone know. On James's wall, you will see a clock that is counting down from 15 to 0. No, that clock is not canon. That is just to make sure I give y'all the proper amount of time and not minutes to answer a question. 5, 4, 3,
Repeat,
2. Luis using his first repeat. Yeah. All right. Why is Butch on the run from Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction? This is also where I have to ask you, does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch?
No.
No? Then why are you trying to fuck him like a bitch?
I'm not.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Luis.
He won a boxing fight he was supposed to lose.
And James.
I put he threw a boxing match, meaning like he did what he wasn't supposed to do, generalizing it, but your call.
I will accept both.
Okay.
He was supposed to lose a boxing match. He won. He threw it, and he didn't throw it all at the same time. Words are hard, but in general, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Luis wrote
both.
Yeah, I was a short general one. Sorry.
So I will get the scoreboard going, because even though I have it on paper, it's good to have it there to just have multiple, because I suck at math. All right, question number 2 comes in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Who plays Arthur's best friend, Ford Prefect, who turns out to be an alien in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? This one of those guilty pleasure movies of mine. You'll know had you have watched Papa West's Birthday Extravaganza, where I asked, what do the dolphins sing while leaving Earth? And it is so long, and thanks for the fish. Dolphins, you can have all the fish you want, because I don't like fish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with James.
Most Def.
And Luis.
I didn't know. It just said Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman is Arthur. Most definitely it is Most Def. James getting that one correct. Going into question number 3, which comes in the category of sports films. What sport does the 2020 film The Way Back center around? Great film that I watched a while ago. And it's about a sport. And I like sports, so I actually did like this movie too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Luis.
I believe it's about a sport where you throw balls at baskets. Basketball.
And James.
Michael Jordan's okay at this sport, basketball.
And James is automatically eliminated after that horrible comment. Luis, I was really hoping you would make a Dirk Nowitzki comment, seeing as how you live in Germany and the greatest of all time is also from Germany. But it's
Dirk
okay.
Nowitzki
Next
was way
time.
before my time. I only know him from insurance commercials here in Germany.
Nice.
He's in insurance commercials? I
In
need to
German
live in
insurance
Germany now.
commercials. Yeah.
I need to move to Germany. All right, question number 4 comes in the category of Middle Earth. What does Gimli offer to Frodo during their meeting in Rivendell when he decides to join the Fellowship? Yes, that is right. Papa West, big Dallas Mavericks fan. And so, of course, growing up right at that time of Dirk Nowitzki playing. And then the greatest year, 2011, when he beat LeBron James in the NBA Finals to finally win his first ring. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with James.
His axe?
And Luis.
Oh, I think that might be right. I just guessed his loyalty.
We were looking for his axe.
Yeah.
Aragorn offers him the sword. Legolas offers him the axe. And Gimli offers him the sword. And of course, me as a child watching this, why don't y'all just go with him? He's a small man. He can't carry all those weapons. I don't think he knows how to use them.
Fair.
And then I realized it was all metaphoric. So, question number 5 comes in the category of rom-coms. What unfortunate event happens to Jack, causing 2 of his friends to plan an impromptu trip to Las Vegas in What Happens in Vegas? Fun fact, I have been to Las Vegas. It was for 30 minutes to see the pawn shop that is featured on the movie Pawn Stars. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Luis.
Ah, man. I don't know. He's getting married.
And James.
But he gets dumped?
So fun fact, I said, what unfortunate event happens? Luis getting married, most people see that as a fortunate event. The fact that you see that as unfortunate, we need to talk after this.
Yeah, man, I haven't seen the movie. I know what Jack's, what
both incorrect. Cameron Diaz's character gets dumped, but I believe that's Seth Rogen's character as Jack. He lost his job.
Kind of.
He got fired, and then his friends were like, "We're going to go to Vegas."
Yeah, you're right.
But he got to have sex with Cameron Diaz, so I take it. Question number 6 comes in the category of horror thriller. Which Final Destination film sees survivors of an incident being killed off one by one in weird circumstances, like being impaled by an escape ladder, cut in pieces by a barbed wire fence, and decapitated by an elevator? I would say of all those ways to die, none of them sound good. I would probably go with the barbed wire cutting me in pieces. Has to be quick and painless. Has to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going with James.
3? Final Fantasy 3? Or Final Destination?
And Luis.
I said 2.
Final Fantasy 3 is a video game. This is movie trivia. It's also incorrect. Final Destination 3 is not correct. Final Destination 2 is the correct film. Luis digging into that lead, getting that one correct. Question number 7 comes in the category of movie release dates, which just so happens to be James's strength. What year saw the release of the films Memento, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, and Bring It On? This is also a good time to let you know With everything, TMG singles and teams, whenever you give me a strength, not only is it used in round number 2, like everywhere else, it is also an option in round number 3. It's one of the numbers, and it's a question round number 1. So you're guaranteed to get your strength. So choose wisely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Luis.
2000.
And James.
It was the year 2000.
The year 2000 is correct. Both getting that correct. As we move on to question number 8, which comes in the category of Edgar Wright. And your question is, who plays Ramona's ex and Envy's bass guitarist Todd Ingram in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World? And I don't know if I said this, but this is Luis's strength. And if I did say it, I'm just reiterating it because I like to make pointless comments. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with James.
Jason Schwartzman?
And Luis.
Brandon Routh.
Damn it.
Brandon Routh is correct. Jason Schwartzman is Gideon, who is the final evil ex-boyfriend. Luis getting that, tying it up at 5-5 with 2 more questions left. Question number 9 comes in the category of 1990s. What is the name of the Egyptian high priest who is executed for having an affair and is now tormenting the people of Egypt in 1999's The Mummy? This also one of Papa's favorites. Brendan Fraser is amazing, and he's amazing in this movie. And I wish I could see him more, but he's not doing much right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Luis.
Was it Imhotep?
And James.
Imhotep.
Imhotep is correct. Both getting that question correct. As we move on to the final question in round number 1, which just like every other every other TMG trivia match, comes in category of plot synopsis. I will read off the plot synopsis of a film. You will tell me what that film is. So, your plot synopsis for this match. A young man is born one stable down and the same night as Jesus. After being interested in a rebel girl, he tries to impress her by joining an independence movement against the Romans. Now on Rome's bad side, he starts teaching messages to groups of people that he heard from Jesus, which causes people to believe that he is the Messiah. This is where I say that darn website that I use, moviegenerator.io. Sometimes you get an easy movie. Sometimes you get a hard movie. Sometimes you just get a really funny plot synopsis, which is exactly what happened in last week's TMG Teams match of Duo Ex Machina versus RATG, where the movie was the Simpsons movie. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's a hilarious moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with James.
Nothing.
And Luis.
Nothing.
Nothing. They did not get it. The movie, which its last words are the greatest words of encouragement. Always look on the bright side of life. We were looking for Monty Python's The Life of Brian.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That crept in
So,
like a kid. So, yeah.
I never watched it, but my friends are going to kill me for this.
they probably will kill you. I wish I could offer some encouragement, except always look on the bright side of life. But with that, we are moving on to round number 2, which is the wheel round. I have this lovely wheel, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage, which saw 2 weird people acting on the side. Each competitor will get a spin of the wheel. Each category is going to have 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. If you do not know the answer, just like having options, want to buy yourself some time, whatever, you do have the option of multiple choice, which does devalue them from 2 points to 1 point. And if you get it incorrect, your opponent has the chance to steal. So choose your answers wisely. Today's wheels categories are Adam Sandler, Christopher Nolan, animated films, Tom Hanks, 1970s, Will Ferrell, and then the 2 strengths, Luis with Edgar Wright, James with movie release dates, and everyone's favorite, spinners and opponent's choice. Since we are currently tied, Luis, you are here first. Would you like to spin first or defer to James?
I will defer on this one.
All right, so with that, James, we will go ahead and spin. And this also gets to let you know, if you do not like the first spin, I do give you 1 mulligan. I doubt you will use it because you landed on spinner's choice. Would you like for me to repeat the options, or do you know what you're going to take?
Yeah, I'll take movie release dates, please.
Taking his strength of movie release dates. Thankfully, it is the first category on my page, so I don't have to scroll through. So your first question in the category of movie release dates. What year saw the release of the Tim Burton sci-fi comedy Mars Attacks?
1996.
1996 is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Which Alfred Hitchcock film came out in 1963?
The Birds.
The Birds is correct for 2 more points. Third question. What year saw the release of the Spike Jonze dramedy Being John Malkovich?
1999.
Another 2 big points. Your penultimate question. What year saw the release of the Morgan Freeman and Jessica Tandy film Driving Miss Daisy?
It'd be 1989.
That is correct for 2 more points. And your final question in movie release dates. What year saw the release of a William Shakespeare adaptation directed by Baz Luhrmann and stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes?
We're going to go back to the first answer. 1996.
1996 is correct. The movie we were looking for, of course, is Romeo plus Juliet. I just have to make it somewhat tricky and not give you the title of the film, just everything about the film. James, destroying that category. I'm sorry, you were so quick, I could not update the board after every single question, but I updated it now. James currently in the lead with 16, Luis right behind with 6. But, Luis, it is your spin of the wheel. As I get the wheel back up. Come on, wheel. There we go. All right, Luis, your spin is in. It's going to stop eventually. But not yet. It lands on Tom Hanks. Would you like to keep that category or spin again?
I would like to spin again.
Spinning again. As we get the lovely maize and blue wheel going. It lands on movie release dates. Unfortunately, I have not decided to write 2 rounds of questions per category, so you cannot keep movie release dates. And I will not give you the option to make the comment of, I want those exact same questions. I'm just going to spin it for you.
Oh, jeez.
Barely getting past opponent's choice, landing on Christopher Nolan. So, with that, Luis, 5 questions in the category of Christopher Nolan. Question number 1. What is the name of the action a team member does to wake up the other crewmates who are in a deeper dream level
Wait a
in
minute,
Inception?
please. Just one moment. Sorry. Give me a repeat on that one, please.
Okay.
You don't have
Did
to
you need a
try-
technical
you don't have
one?
to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had somebody like you don't. He doesn't need.
Yeah.
He should get a repeat.
I was gonna suggest the same thing. So, Luis, your first question. What is the name of the action a team member does to wake up the other crewmates who are in a deeper dream level in Inception?
Give me multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, jolt, B, kick, C, jerk, or D, alarm.
Is it jolt?
Jolt is incorrect. James, I will give you a full repeat of the question and options for the 1-point steal. What is the name of the action a team member does to wake up the other crewmates who are in a deeper dream level in Inception? Is it A, jolt, B, kick, C, jerk, or D, alarm?
I'm gonna guess alarm.
Alarm is also incorrect. We were looking for B, kick.
Huh. I don't know if I would have guessed that one either.
All right, question number 2. What year saw the release of the film Dunkirk?
Yikes. Let's hope my curse doesn't strike again. 2017.
That is correct for
Oh, Jesus
2
Christ.
points. All right, question number 3. Who plays Borden's wife Sarah in The Prestige?
Rebecca Hall.
Rebecca Hall is correct for another 2 points.
Good pull, Luis.
Your penultimate question. What is special about Harvey Dent's coin and why he is never worried about leaving major decisions to chance in The Dark Knight?
Let's go multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, it's weighted so it will always land on heads. B, it's heads on both sides. C, the sides are so worn that you can't tell the difference between heads or tails. Or D, it's tails on both sides.
Ah, jeez. Is it C?
C, the sides are so worn is incorrect. James, your chance for the 1-point steal. What is special about Harvey Dent's coin and why he is never worried about leaving major decisions to chance in The Dark Knight? A, it's weighted so it will always land on heads. B, it's heads on both sides. C, the sides are so worn that you can't tell the difference between heads or tails. Or D, it's tails on both sides.
I think it's heads on both sides.
It is, in fact, heads on both sides. And then, Luis, your final question in the category of Christopher Nolan. In Interstellar, NASA has found a wormhole by which planet, which has opened the way to travel to a distant galaxy?
Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A. Uranus, B. Neptune, C. Jupiter, or D. Saturn.
Both planets I thought of are in there. Let's go Saturn.
Saturn is correct for 1 point. Christopher Nolan is not a child, because had it have been me, it would have probably been Uranus. So with that, as I update the score real quick, Luis able to dig into that lead a little bit. James currently up 17-11. So James with the 6-point lead so far. As we move on to round number 3. Round number 3, the way it works, this is the numbers round. Each competitor will give me 3 numbers ranging 1 through 15. Each number will correspond to a category. Each question will be worth a different amount of points. You have a 2-point question, 3-point question, and a 5-point question. Because it is just you and you alone, there'll be no conferring between questions. No, you answer one, your partner answers second. Because that is teams, and this isn't teams. I know I run both, so you might get confused. I do so often. But with that, James, you are currently in the lead. 3 numbers, 1 through 15, please.
I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 6. It's the number of championships Michael Jordan has won. And I'll go 9.
4, 6, and 9. Redeeming himself by making a good comment about Michael Jordan. Luis, same question to you. For what 3 numbers, 1 through 15? They just cannot be 4, 6, or 9.
Sure. I'm gonna go 3, 1, and 5.
3, 1, and 5. All right. Well, again, Luis, since you are currently down by 6, we will start off with you. You gave me the number 3, which corresponds to the category of animated movies. Your 2-point question: who voices the teenage gorilla Johnny in 2016's Sing?
I don't know, Michael Cera.
Michael Cera is incorrect. We were looking for Taron Egerton. All right. Your 3-point question comes in the category of directors. Your 3-point question: who directed the films Terminator Salvation and This Means War?
I believe it was McG.
McG is correct for 3 points. Staying alive, because I forgot to mention he had to get that correct to keep going.
For sure. Yeah,
Yes.
Got that far.
Yes. All right. Getting that correct now is down by 3 points. So if he hits his 5-point question, he will get the lead. Your 5-point question, you gave me number 5, so it really works out, comes in the category of your opponent's strength of movie release dates. And your question: what 3 years saw the release of the films Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight? 5,
A repeat,
4.
please.
Just a reminder, you have one more after this
Yeah.
one. What 3 years saw the release of the films Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight?
I'm guessing 1995, 2004, and 2013.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, James Puckett. Luis, I hate to do this. Did you erase your board already?
Nah.
I know what he
What
wrote.
was the first?
95 is right.
I'm an idiot and cannot read. That is correct for 5 points.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I thought I'm looking at my phone that I have the thing on, and on Sunrise, I've read 1994 because there's a little crack in my screen protector. Haha! Just kidding, Luis. You got it right. April Fools.
I thought it was the 13 that was wrong, but I didn't know.
It's 100% right because the movies are in the 9-year gap.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Very good
Yeah.
poll, brother. Very good poll. Good job, dude.
When I was talking with Aaron Knoll, he made that comment. I'm like, man, I thought it was just going to be a creative question of 3 numbers in a trilogy. Guess the years. But he was like, no, they're actually 9 years apart.
Yeah.
Good job. I thought you were one off. You are not. I just don't know numbers. So with that, James, I am sorry. You do not win by technical knockout. You do, in fact, have to answer questions correctly. However, if you get this question correct, you tie. If you miss this question, nothing happens because you still have 2 questions left. But if you hit your 3 or your 5, you win. So this question, to tie, to maybe force overtime, you gave me number 4, which corresponds to the category of Stephen King adaptations. And your question, what member of the Losers Club commits suicide at the beginning of It Chapter 2?
Billy.
Billy is incorrect. Unfortunately, we were looking for Stanley. So with that, your 6-point question, or you're not your 3-point question, you gave me number 6, corresponds to the category of classics. And your question, who plays Glinda the Good Witch in The Wizard of Oz? Just a reminder, you do have all 3 repeats.
Gloria Hadlin?
Gloria Hadlin is incorrect. We were looking for Billy Burke.
Glinda the Good Witch?
You have a challenge if you want to use it.
I think Billy Burke was like a little person. I don't think that's the correct answer.
Are you wanting to challenge the question?
Well, what would happen is I don't think my answer is right regardless. So, I mean, I guess I'll challenge it.
Yeah. Okay. So we are challenging the question. Will you remind me of what you said your answer was again, James?
I said Glenda Hadlin, but or Gloria Hadlin, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's correct. I just don't think the answer you have is right, though. So I don't know what that means if I get a new.
It might do something. We'll see.
Yeah.
So with that, I am going to the wonderful world of the internet to search the Wizard of Oz cast. And I will go ahead and share my screen so y'all can see exactly what I'm seeing as this does affect some of this. So I have the lovely cast here. It will show up here in a second. All right. So Billy Burke is right here. Does play Glinda.
No worries. Yeah.
So
Sorry.
unfortunately, the challenge is
Upheld.
not overturned. It is upheld. We did have the correct answer. But you have to use it, or else you lose it. So,
Yeah.
All right. So with that, James, your final question, your 5-point question. You gave me the number 9, which comes in the category of 2000s Pixar. And your question, what is the name of the three-legged robot Syndrome controls in an effort to become a superhero in The Incredibles?
Trifectus, I don't know.
And your winner, I'm right this time, is Luis Bus. We were looking for the Omni Droid. So that, James, I hate to do it to you. I'm going to kick you back. Luis, you did it.
Jesus Christ.
It was looking a little down, but you managed to pull it out in round number 3 and get the lead. How are you feeling after that?
Oh, I'm feeling tremendous. To be quite honest, I wouldn't have, if I lost after the 5-point question, I wouldn't have mind, because I was very lucky that I got those. I would have been very embarrassed if I got that wrong, because I'm a huge fan of Richard Linklater. So that was kind of, to get a movie release dates question, which isn't normally my strong suit, with one of my favorite directors was good luck. James is a tremendous competitor. I like him very much. And, that I survived after the 3rd round was pure luck, but I am very happy about it. So I would say that I'm going to celebrate, but I probably just going to hit the bed after this match. But in my head, I'm gonna party through the whole week. Yeah, I'm very happy right now.
Partying through the whole week sounds like a good idea to me. I always party. And then with that, you do qualify for the Road to the Finals Championship Tournament. Is there anybody who has previously qualified that you're looking forward to taking on?
I am not. I'm not trying to anything. I'm just happy to play again, and I'm looking forward to playing whoever is gonna be my next opponent. Well, yikes! Words are hard.
They are very hard. I run into that issue every day, and it's just something we have to fight with. So, Luis, just ready to take on whoever I throw, or not whoever I throw him against. It will be a wheel who decides, but definitely anytime we get you in a match is always fun. So with that, Luis, I'm going to go ahead and kick you in the back, and I'm going to bring in James. James, you had a fantastic round 1 and round 2. Most people claim to be movie release dates connoisseurs, and then it always fails when they hit movie release dates. There's a couple that they just don't know or go to multiple choice on and guess right or guess wrong. But you really destroyed that movie release dates round.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, round number 3 just was not was not kind to you. Yeah. But how are you feeling after that?
Only a little bummed because Luis played his butt off and he deserves it. So he. Sorry. 1 second.
Someone else is really upset, so it's all right.
No, he shouldn't be saying that he got lucky because I got a category for the round 2 that was great for me. So he played his butt off, and you win some, you lose some. So I had fun. I when he showed those movie release dates, I was like, that's right. But when you said that was wrong, I was like, okay. But I guess I maybe celebrated a little too soon too. So you live and you learn.
Yeah, and again, I just suck at numbers. I'm sorry, but we will definitely see you back. If you don't qualify for that tournament, I will definitely get the people who don't qualify in some matches during that time, so I can take a break from having to write like super hard questions to try to make it challenging, and just throw in some fun matches that it's like, hey, you win, you lose, it doesn't really matter. But you do also have the chance of being on that wheel, as I will have, or being in that tournament. As I imagine the numbers aren't going to be perfectly even, so we will have some people make it to the tournament who didn't qualify but got really lucky. And then also, I will also have alternates just in case people can't compete. So hopefully we will see you on there. But again, if not, I'll get you in there soon. But I will kick you out as I just bring in myself again, because I love talking to myself. As I turn as red as my shirt from that kerfuffle of that 5-point question. Louise, I'm sorry that I don't know how to read. James, I'm sorry for bringing your hopes up for nothing. But it happens. We're human, so we all make mistakes. Thankfully, I caught my mistakes. But with that, I have been your 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West. For Luis, for James, have a good one. Stay safe. Or don't. I really don't care. I'm not your dad. But I could be your papa.